I have read 0 pages today.
If you ain't getting drunk, get out the club.
Good morning. It is 9:05. I read for about 50 minutes and I read about 50 pages. I'm on page 46, Japanese Gothic. One of my most highly anticipated books of the year. So good. So I didn't love this author. My first experience with her was a fantasy that she wrote, and I ended up not even, I think it was a DNF. Like I really didn't read that much of it. It didn't hit. She was born to write horror. Like this is so good so far. It's jumping between present day and 1877. We're dealing with samurai. We're dealing with a boy that we know murdered his roommate at NYU. It's just so good. Like the writing style is exactly what I love. So I'm really excited about this. I have a lot of work to do today though, so I don't know how much reading we're gonna get done. I just thought I haven't done like a reading vlog, I know I do live reading reactions, but I haven't done one where it's like I take you along for what I read over the course of a week. I used to do those more often. I really enjoy doing them. Haven't done one in a while. So I've got a lot of books that I'm excited about, but I don't want to do like a proper, fully spoilery sit down video for you. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts throughout the week and see what we get up to. It's a beautiful day. It rained all night last night. So we have crispy, clear air. It's actually really cold because of that. So maybe I'll go out for a sanity walk later. Let's see how much work I can get done. But first I need to make breakfast. I'm starving. So off we go. Hello. Just making lunch, trying not to take an afternoon nap. I have just reached part 2 of the book. So far, so good. It's got everything that I like in it. It has vaguely time travel, or at least 2 different dimensions or 2 different timelines that meet. We've got ghost stories for our girls' timeline. This is essentially after like the end of the samurai, but there's like some mystery surrounding her father because her father's a samurai, and so like he went off to battle and they lost, but like he shouldn't have returned then. Like he should have died. He would not like come home having like lost his dignity. So is her dad like a demon or what? There's also like his dad, our guy in the present day, his girlfriend maybe is a ghost. I don't know. Like there's just so many people that I don't really understand any of them in an exciting way. And our 2 characters have just met. The first time they met, she stabbed him and missed, which she's very embarrassed about. But now they're talking. She thinks that he is a demon / ghost, and he thinks that she is a ghost. And he's like not being nice about it. He's basically being like, ooh, sucks for you. The late 1800s for Japan was like not a great time for samurai and like all this stuff. But he basically like looks up something online and is like, hey, based on the day that you told me it is where you are, the mayor of your small town is going to die in a fire, like this week. And if I'm right, you know that I'm not like a demon that's trying to trick you. Like I'm from the future. So we'll see. I think it all depends on how I love the setup of the story, but now that the characters have met, I'm interested to see how the story continues. So really excited. I'm just making really lazy girl lunch. Basically tuna with mayo, sriracha, and this mustard, celery, lots of. And then instead of putting it on a sandwich, I put it in pasta. Just some rigatoni noodles, no sauce, just tuna salad. I don't know, man. It gives me all the nutrients I need. It makes me full. It makes me happy. So, yum, yum, yum. Also, something about celery is very like summertime to me. So I'm trying to get in the mood for happy warm weather. I'm gonna do a couple more things here after I eat. And then I need to get outside. I need some fresh air. I'll see you in a bit. I gotta go get my pasta. But Japanese Gothic. Very pleased, very pleased. Wondering why I am so tired today? I got decaf this morning. I haven't had caffeine today. So we're going to read a bit more of our book at a coffee shop. I'm taking a nice long walk. I've got a podcast I'm working my way through, and it's a beautiful day. Stunning. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit at the coffee shop. Update, we're on page, ooh, big car, lots of cars. We are on page 172. Really good. I don't want to like spoil anything. Basically, he is hoping that she will be able to like give him an idea of how he can contact his dead mother. Like he's very certain that his mom is dead, and so he's going to use this ghost girl to figure out how to contact the dead. And meanwhile, she is trying to find out when her family is going to be killed, because it's like only a matter of time because they're hunting down all of the samurai. And we just found out when they're gonna die, and it's bad news. It's bad news. So anyway, I'm gonna go for a walk. Look at what I'm looking at right now. Just so gorgeous. Anyway, wonderful day, wonderful book, wonderful cup of coffee, and let's go home. Okay, I'm about to lock in. It is 5 p.m. I'm going to be really boring, and I'm entering my editing cave. I don't know when I will come out. So I will see you whenever I remember it's time for dinner, because Kurt has a dinner meeting, so there's no one here to tell me to stop. Wish me luck. Hi, it's 6 something. I just got a burrito. I figured if I ordered something and it would come, it would remind me to take a break. So I'm taking my break. I'm a quarter of the way through editing a 2-hour-long video. So I'm going to log off, and I'm not going to read. I'm going to watch. I think I'm going to start watching. Have you guys heard of, is it Widow's Bay or something? There's some new like kind of creepy show. I don't know anything about it. So I think I'm going to try that. But I'll check in with you later whenever I pick up my book, because I'm not reading right now. But I'm having fun editing a video about books. So still a bookish day. Okay, me and my burrito. We'll see you later.
Don't take me serious, I'm falling down the rabbit hole to nowhere. I still have faith in love.
Okay, hello. Welcome. What time is it? It is 10:54. Had kind of a little bit of a lazy morning. Had a yummy breakfast. Scrolled on my phone, drank tea, read a book. Updates. I finished Japanese Gothic right before bed. Don't recommend. It held up. It was still good till the very end. Very classic horror story. Got chaotic at the end. I feel like I want to read the last 40 pages again to understand what exactly happened. I think it's a question of what was reality, what was alternate reality, what was a dream, what was a psychosis. I have questions. Also, I really loved that a piece of the story that I didn't think mattered at all actually was kind of central to the ending, which was really cool. Overall, I liked it. Chaotic and messy and bloody, but I ate it up. I finished it in a day. I haven't finished a book, even a romance. I haven't finished in one day in a really long time. So shout out to the author, because I've been struggling, and that was delectable. So now this morning I started Bloodbound, which I've just seen a lot of people talking about. So I got my hands on it, and there are 6 people waiting in line behind me at the library, and Libby is pressuring me. So that's what I picked up next, even though I have so many books I want to read. So I think I'm on page 51. I read 51 pages so far. This is an interesting one because it's split POV and it's written by 2 different authors. It's written by 2 friends about 2 friends, which I think is fun. And I haven't really gotten deep enough into it to tell you too much of what it's about, but essentially there are 2 kingdoms, and every generation, the eldest heir, the heir to each throne, has to enter a duel to figure out who is going to be controlling the heart, which is the core of magic. And for 400 years, one kingdom has always won. And of course, they are not our princess's kingdom. So she is pretty much prepared to die. And we are following her as she goes through the first week or so is this rigmarole of balls and banquets and blah, blah, blah. And then we have the duel. So she just arrived to the palace of the enemy, where she is assuming she will not leave it. And then on the other hand, our other POV is a girl who is in a traveling entertainment show. She's a knife thrower. I don't know. We don't know too much about her. All we know is that her best friend is missing. He may or may not have been kidnapped by the military because he has magic and they are taking anyone with magic to join the military. I don't know. There are dragons, and that's all I got. Everyone has an animal familiar. Our main girl has a sassy cat, which is great. And also, cat update. I don't know if I said this. I haven't spoken to you since he left because he just left yesterday. But Chip was adopted. My foster cat is no longer here. He has moved and is apparently thriving. Yeah, so I'm filming today, obviously. It's also a holiday here, so we might go. It's gorgeous out, so we might be outside going out to eat, but I do need to do some more work. And yeah, normally my editing, I had to edit until about 10 p.m. yesterday because I had an issue with this camera. The gimbal malfunctioned, and so my entire footage, I was the shaking was so small, so obvious to a viewer, but so small to my camera that it didn't register. And I had to keep rendering it to stabilize it and stabilize it and stabilize it. Guys. So normally I don't pull hours quite that crazy, but still managed to read a book. And that's great. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to read today, but it's really readable. It feels I think it's supposed to be adult technically, but it's reading very YA, easy to consume. So we'll see. So far, I'm not having a bad time. Not having a great time, not having a bad time. I got to go to work, and I will catch you guys with an update the next time I read. Okay?
I still have faith in love, but my selfish heart makes it hard for me to share that love with somebody new. I don't want anyone, no but.
Hi, long time no check-in. It was a beautiful day, so Kurt and I went out for lunch and then just kind of sat in the park, and then I came home and I went in and out of working, sleeping, reading, scrolling, working, sleeping, reading, scrolling. So it is, what did I say it was? I'll insert the time here. No, I'll look. It is 7:23 and I'm on page 172, and I just had to stop to say, in this world, there are many different kinds of magic. And if you are like a shapeshifter, you are called a shifter. If you are like someone who can teleport, guess what? You're called a teleporter. But there is a magic where you can influence people's thoughts or feelings, and they're called influencers. And it's just so funny. This girl is like, I wish I was an influencer. Oh my God, you didn't tell me you were an influencer. It's just kind of killing me. I can't take it seriously. Like all of these influencers everywhere. Oh my God. Anyway, you know what? It's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. I think I marked a couple things. There are also like just words missing. Yeah, especially in the Astrid POVs for some reason. I have a lot of issues with it. Like one of the chapters starts with Astrid is tapping her foot, literally tapping it, trying to expel the nervous energy. Like, how can you not literally be anyway. And then the same page, there's a sentence that is missing a verb. And to make matters worse, the second sentence relies on that first sentence's verb. And so if it's missing, I'll read it to you. It says, at the time, that night would be one of her final evenings of normality. She didn't know that. She didn't think that. She didn't something, you know, it's just missing. It's just bizarre that it's missing a word. It's just a little boring. And now that the two characters have met and they're kind of the same level of angry, the POVs are starting to sound really similar. So I have to like keep checking who is talking. So you know what? It's readable though. I'm gonna keep going, but I don't love this so far, unfortunately. But we pushed through. I'm at 36%. And Astrid's whole POV has basically just become, she thinks that the prince is really, 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 really hot. And she cannot think anything else. And then on the other side, we have Skylar, who is being forced to train. That's it so far. So, but I'll keep going. Updates later, but yeah, 172.
Or like here, I heard you want to get out the castle. Is he saying get out of the castle? Or like, is he saying it in kind of a slang way? Like, I heard you want to get out the castle. If you ain't getting drunk, get out the club, you know? I heard you want to get out the castle.
And I don't plan to give up tonight. Don't listen to my chaotic mind.
Beautiful, beautiful morning in Seoul. I took a nice long bus ride over to this side of town to meet up with a friend for a cafe date. And then I'm meeting another friend for coffee. I think I go this way. So I read a pretty solid chunk. You know, I'm entertained. It's really predictable. It's one of those books where like a lot of characters, the second they're introduced, you're like, oh, I know what role he's gonna play, you know? So having an okay time with it. I do like the banter. I think that now that everyone has realized like, oh, maybe we can be on the same team, I think that it's getting a lot better, but I'm not completely convinced by it yet. I will continue. I'm at 60-something%, 300-something pages, but off we go. Update page 345. The action has begun. I'm enjoying it a lot more. So yay. It's not perfect. Again, like I think there's a bit of predictability to it, but you know what? It's hella readable and I'm tearing through it. Also, look at this, just like outdoor. Everybody's outdoors. It's a beautiful day. So now I'm gonna go meet my friend for lunch and hopefully just continue my day of outdoor reading. Cool. Oh, I will say though, there is like the things that they're choosing to show in whose POV is like an interesting choice. But I'll talk about that when I get home, because now it's noisy, but just so that I don't forget, we'll talk about it. Hello? Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Very quick update. So I fell asleep. I'm at the train station, which is why it's really loud. I read until about 360 pages. And then I took an early bus to the train station, so I didn't film. But I'm now on page 440. I think I have 40 pages left. And here's the thing. Is it entertaining? Yes. Is it quite easy to read? Yes. I find it really interesting what they're choosing to show in which POV. So like we have a couple deaths, but we're always, every single time if there's a death, we see it from the POV of the person who is least affected by the death. We're in the POV of a person seeing another person's grief instead of being in the POV of the person grieving, which I find really interesting. The romance for Astrid is like a little annoying, you know. I'm not like super into it. The steamy scene that they had was like the longest consistent scene that we had in the entire book, which is becoming the norm. But you know what? I'm excited. They just did something that I didn't expect and actually is really funny, and I'm kind of into it. Things that were supposed to be like an aha reveal, I was sort of like, oh, I thought that was already revealed. Like there are some things that are very obvious in this book, but you know what? I'm tearing through it and I want to see how it ends. And so I'm going to read until my train comes. And then I have to find a new book to read on my solo trip. So I will update you then. But yeah, we're heading to the beach. If you want to see a vlog of that, I'm putting it on my travel channel, my main channel, obviously. But yeah, we get some trains and buses to read on. So I'm excited. But yeah, I will finish this likely as I'm getting on the train. So I won't be able to give you an update. I'll update you later. But Bloodbound, okay. You know what? If you're in a reading slump, like it was very easy to consume. So there you go. I'll see you on the train. The seagulls are getting a little too close, a little too aggressive. Going inside for some tea, but still getting ocean view. Hi, so forgot to check in, and as I was washing my face, I was like, I haven't spoken in a while. Okay, so I actually didn't get as much reading done as I thought I was going to. So I did finish Bloodbound. I don't think I updated you on that. So I finished that right after we spoke, right before I got on the train. You know, I was giggling. There is something, you know what, I'll hand it to them. This was definitely a book written by best friends, and I think that's great for them. I still disagree with some of the POV choices that they made, as I mentioned ahead of time, just because I felt like it lacked a lot of the kind of emotional punch that I wanted it to. I also think they're lying to us about certain people, but we'll talk about that maybe in a spoiler review. But overall, you know what? Entertaining, had a great time. It didn't blow my mind, but like I had a good time, okay? I had my issues. And then I ended up sleeping really hard on the train. As much as I love reading on a train, I love sleeping on a train. And so I did sleep quite deeply, and I only read 40 pages. I started the Silver book by Olivia Laing. I've actually only read her nonfiction. I've never finished a book by her, so we'll see about that. But this one is fiction. It is talking about like the Italian movie business in the 70s. It's basically like this. We meet a guy named Nicholas who, for reasons unknown, he has like ruined someone's life or maybe just ruined his own life. We don't know. He's British. He flees England to Venice to like start over as like a 22-year-old. He gets picked up by this guy named Danilo, who works for the movie industry, and he's in charge of like creating all the props. And so he goes on like to locations and draws like just sketches everything that they would need, and then comes back and gets the okay to make the props. And Nicholas is also an artist, and Danilo was like, okay, number one, he's like a really cute 22-year-old that I would love to have hanging around me, and number two, I need help, like I have way too much work, so I'm gonna make him my assistant and maybe we can share a bed, you know? So now we follow them as they have finished their job in Venice. Now they have to go to Rome to shoot the movie. I've only read 40 pages. It's interesting just because it's like an interesting setting. I don't know if the writing, I've underlined quite a few things, I will say, but we'll see how this goes. It's written very like matter-of-factly. I don't know how, like the sentences are very short. Like they're talking about they just went and got gelato. This is on the page I'm reading right now. Nicholas chooses peach, Danilo chocolate. They both have cream. They walk through the streets together. Something has shifted between them. A camaraderie has returned. Like, not bad, just stark. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna have just like a lazy night. Gonna listen to the ocean, read my book, and honestly maybe fall asleep soon because I do want to wake up for the sunrise at 5 a.m. I normally wake up at like 6:30 is my natural body clock, but 5, that 1 hour really makes a difference, but we'll see. So yeah, I will update you on that. But so far, Japanese Gothic, amazing. Bloodbound kept me entertained. Will I read the second one? Yeah. And now the silver book, we shall see. Okay, but good night.
Lost my lane. Love left dry. Frost of flame. Skeleton me. Fall asleep in the sky. Skeleton me. Love, don't cry.
Ooh, hi, sorry, check in. It's windy, so I'll be quick. I finished the silver book. It was so readable because it was so fast moving and every chapter and every sentence was really short. I don't know how I feel about the story itself, but then I looked it up and like a lot of the main characters are real people, and I can watch all of the films that were referenced in there. So at least I'm excited to do like a little deep dive of like 1970s Italian cinema. But I'm gonna have to like think about that one. It was like, I consumed. Like I read that in less than 24 hours. But I'm not sure if I recommend it. And now I'm starting The Last Summer in the City, I think it's called, which ironically takes place in Rome in the 1970s. And it like, the foreword referenced a lot of the people who were in the previous, so it just feels like I'm reading like part 2 of the silver book, which is quite interesting. It just really fits the vibe. I got up to go to the bathroom in the cafe and I like had to do a double take because I was like, wait, where am I? I'm in Korea, not Italy. Getting on a train, but I'm probably gonna sleep. So I'll update you soon, but it looks like we had a gorgeous day, but now it looks like rain, maybe? I don't know. Who cares? I'll be on a train. So anyway, I'll update you later.
Comes rain. Dry your eyes.
Hey, it is 7:26 p.m. on a Saturday, and I have read 0 pages today because today is an editing day. So I edited and pretty much finished the video for the trip that I just went on, and then I've been editing this video that you are currently watching, and I made some bad decisions with, I'm like editing it kind of as I go, so it's not that bad, but like the timestamps along with counting the number of pages is like a little, I don't know if I'll do that again. I'm enjoying making this, but I gotta figure out how to edit it better. So yeah, I think I'm going to, at some point right before bed, I'm gonna try and read a little bit more. But to be honest, like my eyes hurt. I've been staring at a screen too long. So I think maybe my next book will be a physical read. This one's really short. It's like 100 something pages. So I might finish it today or tomorrow morning. But yeah, some days you read 200 pages, some days you read 0. So I'll let you know if I read any tonight, but I'm sleepy. So just wanted to check in, see you when I see you. I will make it a priority to read tomorrow. But good night.
The country sway, a golden sun on my cheek. The sky ends the day, the sky ends the day. I found the peace I long seeked.
Good morning. I decided to DNF the Last Summer in the City or whatever. It was just one of those books that is about 2 people who do not have their shit together and have no plan or desire to get their shit together, and they just like wander around at various hours of the night. Not my style. So instead, I have had Reservoir bitches on my TBR for a very long time. It's just been sitting staring at me on my shelf. So grab that. Really quick, really easy to read. I've just read 45 pages, and I need to get back home and do some work. It's about 10:30. Yeah, we'll see how much I get done today. I want to start reading Seek a Traitor's Son, but I didn't quite want to start it just yet. I'm hoping that I can finish this book today. We will see. But yeah, just had a coffee, had a nice little walk. It's a gorgeous day today, but I do have work to do, unfortunately. So but we'll see. It's Sunday. Everybody's out walking, running. There's so many dogs. So I'll update you when I can. But yeah, I gotta go home and do laundry and other fun things. So
So pretty, so I could talk about it all.
hello, hi, I'm home. What page am I on? It's 8 something. I read to page 94. I only stopped because I'm coming home. It's Mother's Day. I'm calling my mom. Okay, I get it now. So this, I wasn't sure about this book, but it's a dark comedy. And at first I was kind of like, when's it gonna get funny? And then like basically where I stopped this morning and then started again, that's when it gets funny. So like one story I thought was ludicrous and I like in the beginning I pictured it as like a little girl telling me her dream of being like the daughter of a drug lord. And then once you get to like whatever story starts at like 58, then all the stories start to connect, and they connect in such just an absurd way. And it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. So fair warning, the first story is about a woman who forces an abortion on herself. She's fine with it. It's just gruesome. But today, I can't tell I'm using my peanut butter as a tripod, so I can't tell if you're like slipping around. Today was like a typical 9 to 5. Some days I work sporadically. Some days I stay at home and I work all day. And so basically from when I left you at like 10 something until dinner at like, when did we leave the house? 7, I think.
I was filming, editing, etc. So yeah, some days I do work like a typical just sit at a desk all day. But yeah, I'm gonna sit, read a little bit more, call my mom, drink some water. You should drink some water too. And I hopefully will finish this today, and then I can tell you how much I read in a week. We'll add it all up, and but all of a sudden I'm really thirsty. If you've never had a granita, this is my new thing. Kurt and I, we go to this, we like ride our bikes over to this cafe that serves granita, which is like a lemon slushy with a shot of espresso on top. It sounds odd. It was odd, my first bite, but actually really, really yummy, really refreshing, a good summer treat. So I don't know how that espresso at 7:30 will act, how my body will react to that. But yeah, and then after that, I'm gonna read Seek a Traitor's Son. So yeah, I will update you, but Reservoir Bitches, I was just listening to a podcast about a book called Girls, okay? Reservoir Bitches, very good. So other than the one that I DNF'd this morning, which wasn't a huge loss because it was only like, I only read 50 pages. Every book I've read this week has been good. I'm so excited. Okay. See you in a bit. Okay, I don't know how many hours later it is. Finished the book. Okay. So remember when I said this was really funny? I still think there is definitely comedy to it, but the next stories, like right after I spoke to you, the next stories were so dark. They became really, really, really dark, especially like I think the last 3 stories were really hard to read. There was like a glimmer of humor, but it got dark. So just as a warning, I really enjoyed this though. It gets a little supernatural near the end. I really liked it. It's just a collection of stories that a lot of them connect. And yeah, I recommend. Everyone who has said this is great, they're telling the truth. So I read that. It was 184 pages, but if you look, like the margins are really big. So this was really, really quick to read because very few words on the page. Next up, so this is the end of, actually, hold on, let me move you. I did the math and then I put it away. So in total, I read 1,325 pages, 4 books. This is a great reading week, partially because I was on a lot of like trains and buses and things like that. And when I'm solo traveling, I tend to read a lot just because that's how I pass a lot of time as I'm reading. However, I'll link it in the description box. This is not sponsored, but I did just start using Opal, which it's paid. I'm still on the free trial period. Basically you can set blocks. It's kind of like Brick, where you can block certain apps and have like a timer and all these things. I've been using that and it's been really helping. It's just like I just need like one little thing to remind me, like when I just out of habit open the Instagram app, it stops me from doing that. And I have been spending a lot less time online, which is really great. So I've been reading because I was having a little bit of trouble with that recently of like reading and then picking up my phone. My attention span wasn't really great. So yeah, not mad about it. And I loved all the books that I read, which was great. Next on the agenda, I will not be filming my next week because I don't think I'll be reading much next week. I'm really busy. I'm going to be reading Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth. I've never read Divergent, but I like her other books, and this sounds really interesting. I think it's like enemies to lovers. There's a prophecy. Somebody has to kill somebody. Anyway, I'm gonna read this, which I'm very excited about. And now look at the margin comparison here. The amount of words. And that font's tiny. This font was pretty big. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be reading this, and then this week we are having, by the time this comes out it will be over, but we're having our book swap, so I have to kind of get ready for that. And yeah, just a great little book week. And just as a reminder, this is my job. I am a full-time content creator. So while I do make content, and as you saw, like I film and edit things for my travel/lifestyle channel, I'm mainly reading is my main job, kind of. So yeah, this was, and also on top of that, this was a really good reading week. Normally I don't read this much. So I don't know, that was just a fun exercise. It kind of helped me focus even. So thank you for being here for that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Okay, I need to go wash my face, brush my teeth, and get in bed because it is 11:51. I'm normally in bed at 10, so yeah, I just needed to finish up little worky things. All right, let me know what you've been reading, if you've been picking up anything good, but very happy with what I read this week. So I'll see you guys next time, okay? Hope you're all well, and get to sleep. If it's past your bedtime, what are you doing up? Good night.